the vision of Healy is to contribute to the, from my perspective, absolutely necessary global shift of consciousness, which is first realizing what quantum physics actually discovered on a deeper level of consciousness, matter relationship, and unity of the world, and then go beyond the quantum level of consciousness, because quantum theory is not a final theory. It's a maximum we can get out by using our brain only. If we get into it, if we come closer to integrated consciousness, something completely new is coming up. And it's kind of like the shift from, before quantum physics, the consciousness was two-dimensional. It was dualistic. It was Dvaita. Then quantum physics got a three-dimension into it, and it got beyond duality. Also, the logic which is applied to, and mathematics in quantum physics is beyond dualistic logic. But we have to come to a four-valued logical system and a much richer ontology, and of course a much richer integrated consciousness to do a step beyond. Like integrating the four functions of consciousness, thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition, into one powerful being. I think this is something we want to help to achieve for the one humanity. Because if you use the Healy for yourself, you connect to the information field. If someone else uses the Healy, he connects to the information field. But the information field is nothing else than our collective consciousness, our collective unconscious, or the integration of our collective consciousness and unconscious. So if we use Healy, we connect to each other. We connect to the planet, which is sharing the same information field. So I believe that having more and more people using Healy, it will create a very strong, coherent field, which of course depends on our intention. Everything depends on intention. If I wouldn't have had a certain intention, there would be no Healy. If the people around me wouldn't share this vision and intention, there would be no Healy and no time webber. In the same way our intention does it. It's like a vector. You know, so if we combine our intentions, we have a very powerful access to this level of unity, which is beyond, not beyond us, it's around us. It's the very essence of what we are. So this is a way we like to go ourselves, and it's a way we like to support with developing Healy further and spreading it all over the world. Was an important step for me on this journey of integrating science and spirituality. This is another long story, because in the beginning, my research into science and spirituality was more theoretical. I tried to understand this point where matter and consciousness interact, where body and soul interact. And I wanted to understand in theory, how does it work? You know, and again, I had to meet people to help me. There were especially two meetings very important. One meeting was with Burkhard Hein. Burkhard Hein was a physicist who studied directly quantum physics from Werner Heisenberg. But his ideas were much broader. So he could prove that four-dimensional space-time is not sufficient. Four-dimensional space-time is not sufficient to describe the theory of gravity. Just for gravity, it needs two additional dimensions. So he came up with an idea, not an idea, it was a mathematical necessity of a fifth and a sixth dimensions. So these two dimensions are, if you look at space-time, there is three 3 dimensions is our space, and then there's a dimension of time, which Einstein integrated. Actually, it was not Einstein, it was his teacher Minkowski who integrated, but Einstein took up the idea, and then he developed on this basis the general theory of relativity, which deals with a 4-dimensional space-time, but it's still the time which is above the space. And the question is, what is beyond time? Below time, we know there is 3-dimensional space, but is there something beyond time? And Burkhard-Heims could prove mathematically that Einstein's way to theory of gravity was not complete, but he was working with an approximation. And if you don't allow this approximation, you get 2 more dimensions, which is the 5th and the 6th dimensions, because you get from 16 equations to 36 equations. So now he had these 2 dimensions and had no idea what was this 2 dimensions. It took him years to discover the mathematical patterns of these 2 dimensions. So these 2 dimensions beyond time, this is what, through the time, is controlling the movement in 3-dimensional space. So that's really fascinating concept, that there is a space beyond time which actually contains the information which controls the physics down here. And this is exactly the notion of the information field. It's 2 dimensions beyond time. So to contact the information field, you have to go through time. And this is only possible through vibrations in time, which actually in the quantum theory, vibrations are particles also. So they are quantums of vibration. And the question is, what is vibrating there? Some people may answer, oh, it's the energy which is vibrating. No, according to quantum physics, energy is the result of this vibration. It's not energy vibrating to create reality, but it's something vibrating to create energy. So it's something more fundamental than energy. And this is information. And information is only information for someone. Information is not information by itself, but it becomes information by carrying a meaning. So it's like, it's related to a subject. So like this, you come to the conclusion, it's kind of consciousness vibrating to create the quantums of energy. So this concept that we have to communicate beyond time is the idea behind the time waver, because time waver, the word I got from this idea that we need waves, we need the vibrations to communicate beyond time with the information field.